This program has been brought to you thanks to the generous contributions of our patrons on Patreon. Your patronage is greatly appreciated. And for more content like this, be sure to check out the Modern Alchemist channel on Patreon.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
All right, guys, this is the first episode of Alchemy Lab. This is the video that's going to tell you what to expect. Alchemy Lab is designed to be the place where we take our time with the esoteric, and specifically for this Alchemy Lab, and for future notice until I believe we've probably completed the first course of study, the Alchemy Lab will specifically focus on the Emerald Tablets and specifically the Kybalion by 3 initiates. So, there's a couple things that you are going to need to do. And so that means you've got homework coming, folks. That's right. This is going to be for real. This is going to be serious. We're going to work this together. And I'm going to assign you stuff. And my expectation is that as we slowly move through this material, because I'm going to keep these videos short and sweet and to the point, allowing them to become points of focus in your own personal meditation. And I am going to teach you how to meditate using the technique that I have been employing to extraordinary success since the late 90s. And it's unlike perhaps anything that you probably will hear or see or read about online here. But it is a tool. It is a cognitive tool that is designed specifically to help you focus and create, help you focus and resolve something. Help you focus and explore, deconstruct, assimilate, whatever words you wish to do or use as an active verb for the conscious process of thinking. That's what we're going to be talking about when I talk about meditation. But for right now, since you're at your computer, go ahead and type in www.sacred-text.com. And this will, or you can just type into a Google search engine, if that's easier for you, Internet Sacred Text Archive. Okay, so here is the Internet Sacred Texts Archive. This is what it looks like. So if you don't see this in front of you right now while we're working together, other than, of course, you're watching this video, which is showing you what it looks like. But I mean, like, if you have your own extra tab open and you're observing this, or you can do this after the fact, right? We can listen to this video a couple times, whatever works for you guys. So this is the Internet Sacred Text Archive. And right here, you can search any title in the catalog. Okay, if you search up here, it's going to do a Google search. If you search right here, and let's say you type in Kybalion and search for titles, it'll pull it up for you. It'll show you matches for any keyword, and it'll show you matches for all words, and either way, it's one hit. And here is the Kybalion. And of course, I'm going to promote these guys because I love these guys. This, if you ever are in a situation where all you have is no Wi-Fi, but you want to use the Internet Sacred Text Archive, here it is. I have one of these. It's worth every penny I spent for it, because not all the world has Wi-Fi, and so that means you can't get on and use your resource. And if you have this, it's just a USB drive, pops right into your system, bam. So this is really a component of how I do what I do, which is why I emphasize this kind of stuff so much to my students who want to take it seriously. Like a serious student is not afraid to take some kind of investment. And the fact that you guys are even here, it just shows me that you're serious, which is why it's so exciting for me. It's so exciting to share this. Now, you can, and I highly recommend that you do, purchase a copy of the Kybalion. It's real simple. You just do a Google search. Just type in Kybalion into your Google engine and check out shopping, and then you'll notice it's not that expensive. Now, some of you might be inclined to do the audiobook thing. Here's the deal. And here's why I highly recommend that you spend, the $6 or whatever it is, $10. I think I spent $7 for my copy at one point. It's one of the thinnest books you'll ever read, and it's one of the absolute heaviest books you'll ever read. Which is why we're going to spend a lot of time on it. I'm not just going to blow through a whole chapter and then try to condense that down. We may spend a single video just going through a couple sentences and just creep through the Kybalion, because I kid you not, this book will wear you out. It is some heavy reading if you take it seriously. If you sit and as you're reading through it, just contemplate the sentence that you just read and allow that to wash over you with the impact that it can have, you'll find, yourself in mentally fatigued. I've read this book many times, and I kid you not, I'll get through it and I'm just like, oh gosh, I'm so tired. And it's because your mind is aligning itself to understand and to comprehend the meaning of what is being presented before you. So an audiobook isn't really going to get you there. It's okay to listen to reinforce or even to introduce you to some of these ideas, but nothing will take the place of actually reading. And reading on a computer, to me, that's an acceptable level, of reading. However, I find that I am much happier if I actually have a physical text in front of me. It seems like being able to take a pen or a highlighter and just mark under the section I'm reading and then maybe put an annotation into the margin. This is supposed to be workbook material for you. This is stuff that you will use, and I guarantee this material you will be able to apply for the rest of your life in every single field that you work on or study, because these Hermetic principles are principles of science. And the beauty is that your science and what you hold as spiritual, they should not separate. They should unify. That the science should give you the language necessary to articulate the spiritual, and it need be together. It needs to be together, and the Kybalion is a coursework that is so multi-layered that as you go through it each time, you are going to find that because you're already expanding in your own conscious state by understanding these principles and applying them and seeing them in application around you, you'll find that your interpretation of what you're reading will expand, and so this is exciting. So this is then what we're doing. We are going to be studying the Kybalion. We're going to be taking our time through it because it's some heavy material, and right now your assignment would be for you to bookmark the Sacred Texts Archive, so that you can then have this as a resource for yourself, for everything. Those of you who are really ambitious, I highly recommend that you get this flash drive. It's worth every penny. Like I said, I have one and I use mine whenever. I literally, it's in my bag all the time. Because you never know. Like I have a Google Chromebook. And so that I take with me all over. And not every place has Wi-Fi, and not every place is accessible for my cell phone to do a hotspot, right? You might be outside of an area. And so to have this has just been epic for me. It's just so nice. It solved so many problems. It just made me so happy. And of course, you've got all of this. It's not just the Kybalion in here. It is everything. It's everything. Like all the stuff that you could ever think about, and some stuff that just kind of blows your mind that it's even in there, like Think and Grow Rich. That's in the Sacred Text Archive, and the reason it is in there is because it's an alchemical text. Set in a framework of business language, terms which business people might appreciate, and any serious person might appreciate. So anyway, we'll probably talk about that book at some point in the future. But for now, our focus together is the Kybalion, and specifically, I would like you as a student then to, at the very least, bookmark the Kybalion here within the Sacred Text Archive so that you have it accessible for yourself on your computer at home. This way you can print out sections if you want and read it that way. And then otherwise, I highly recommend that you get yourself an inexpensive paperback copy. Our next video, we're going to begin with the Kybalion, and we're going to start in the introduction and work our way through. All right? Are you guys excited? I'm so stoked. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. This is so much fun for me. This is so exciting. It's just awesome. All right. I'm Aubrey Forrest, the Modern Alchemist. You know who I am. And this is Alchemy Lab. I'll be talking to you very soon.